Michaela, what a nun who's a journalist? How many are there out there? Is this something that you've researched and
It's
we
just
have
me,
a
baby.
distinct answer?
It's just me. First of all, like obsessed with your Newsies poster. Second, I think it's so rare. I think this woman is like really weird and ambitious and finds bizarre pleasure in the gruesome and thinks that despite that, the truth of killing will actually bring more people to the church. Because when you are in the depths of darkness and evil, you end up finding faith. And so, yeah, I think she's interested in getting more people to have hope in the way that she does.
Where do you find an entry to something like that? That just seems so bizarre that you go, what do I play in this thing?
Um, we were just talking about this, but I think the Ryan Murphy world is an outside in world for me as an actor. You put on the nun outfit, you're saying the lines of these incredible writers. And I think that it falls into place. I think you play the stakes of the scene of what's going on in this really weird world you find yourself in, and react to it. That for me is like I think there's trust in the project and in what you're doing. I think that's a lot of what TV is for me.
And Nicholas, you've been in that Ryan world. Was it a surprise the first time and now is it easier or how does that relate?
I wouldn't say it gets easier. It's a
Yeah.
different challenge every time. Um, but what was so great about Grotesquerie is that, at least in Father Charlie's instance, is that he's truly a character who I could bring my own creativity and inventiveness to. Lyle Menendez is, of course, a real person, and then Father Charlie was, in many ways, open to interpretation, and I got to collaborate a little bit more about who Father Charlie is and what that means, and the different pockets of play we could get into.
They say he's a hot priest. That's how we're with this. Or is that not part of it? At least from what we've seen, that's what it seems like he's going to be.
It's part of it. Do you want to be humble?
You can't. I'm not gonna say he's a hot priest.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You let him be humble. He's a totally hot priest, and it absolutely has to do with the story.
I would say that Father Charlie's a really multifaceted character, and
It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
but yeah, I mean, I think that he is aware of
His abs.
his own sexuality,
Sorry.
and I think that he weaponizes it throughout the series, which is interesting.
What does this say about the state of the church today?
That's
Quite
such
bit.
a good question.
What does it say about the state of the church today? I don't know that I honestly I don't know that I'm in a position to say.
I think I like grapple. What did you say?
Michaela is.
I think I grapple with. I mean, I'm Jewish, so I kind of come from this place of believing in free will. We don't believe in original sin, and so I think that kind of this when you have the choice to be good or evil, right? It's still a difficult life, but I think having that perspective of my own background was actually helpful to look at this with like, this is a different thing, that this is different from what I was brought up in. But I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier, that like, what happens to us when we hit bottom, when a pandemic happens, when somebody dies? Do we become more spiritual? Do we have to believe in something? And I think like I've grappled with that in my own life. Like I went from being conservative in a temple to not believing in God to now needing some higher power to exist to like move through the hard parts of life. And so I think everybody in the show has a different opinion on that.
Well, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And
Yeah.
Don't creep us out too much. Okay.
You'll be fine. I believe in you.
Okay. Thanks so
Okay.
much.